So these are the collagraphs I did produce, and this one over here was water-based ink, and so is this one, but I have painted over this print with acrylic, and I found the water-based inks were harder to work with because they dried very quickly, so I quickly then moved to oil-based, in which produced my favourite, which is this one, and I just used white spirit and painted the collagraph plate, and this is them. This is the result of them, which I really like, and I love the texture, and I love how you get like the texture in the back. So this is the plate I ended up with in the end. Actually, I put that the right way around, and I went on top of this. This is, I forgot to film this, but this was the plate, but I've obviously painted it in acrylic over it recently, so that was the plate that produced all of these. In looking at like relief and moving forward towards this, I decided to paint my collagraph paint using acrylic and using the colours which I've been exploring recently, and I really enjoyed this task, and it only took me it was quite a quick task as well, and I just decided to use colours which I want to use, I think, in the future for like my outcome, and just using like the dark moody colours compared with the bright contrasting colours. And then I did like my flowers, which I love to do. It's like this thick paint and pointed and stippled onto, which I really enjoy. And then I just did like the muddy, like low relief, and the string, painted all this, and then did like my lakes and my ponds, and I love this. And just using like the materials on the surface, I thought was really interesting, as opposed to like printing with them. I think the prints were most successful when I painted over them. So this one, I think it's the most successful because I could just add my own artistic expression to them without, and I think the print alone isn't what I like. It's actually working on top of them and using them as a base, and using the textures as a base. And then the glossed prints I used, the wet gloss ones, embossings that I used, I went over with watercolour because I thought I could use wax resist with these, and I think these were one of the most successful prints that I did, and this followed on from the acrylic painting. So just going over, and I've included a video of this on my YouTube and on my website, so you can see the process of this. And I love how like this kind of shimmers in the sun, and I love the shimmer it gives and the texture, and I just thought it was a really cool way of creating line and colour, and I just think here, like, I would never be able to get these mark making myself, only with like chemical reaction and imbalance, so I thought this was really special. So moving forward from the first book, these were all the pictures I took while printing and making, and the videos of the process of making the collage. Oh, sorry, the wind. And then so I thought I would document this in my book, so this came along down later in the line, but I just thought I'd document everything, so I just want to have everything, and that's what I spent a day doing, and just writing about this, my blind prints, and just like showcasing the blank plates with no paint on them. And this was them. So because I haven't had time to vlog as much as I wanted to, I thought I would just vlog later along down the line and just explain my intentions and my processes a bit more. So I haven't vlogged the actual plate in physical form, but this was the pictures of them. And I used all the threads that I spoke about and some like netting material, and then I went into the plate and actually took away the grey board and left, so here you can see more, I left like areas of grey board that I'd taken away, and then layers that were there, so it created like this layering effect. And then I put leaves on it from my garden and from Hampstead itself, which I thought was a really interesting, like collaged leaves, and I thought it was just really interesting development and new material, because normally you just think about materials, but what about actually using nature itself to print with. And then I used my painting pointillism as well for the flowers. There you can see a bit more. And then I glossed this, and this was the result of the glossing, which you can all see this whole process in my videos. So yeah, I did like the glossing, and then I printed like blind embossings, which I'll talk more about later. And then I took a picture of my oil paint plate before the print, and like my colour schemes. And then this was the water ink prints, and then it went to like oils, like this was the oil. And I basically just talk about what was successful, which was the oil, and what wasn't, the water-based. But I think the water-based was still successful. It's just like I'd work into them. And then yeah, and then I talked about like my blind prints, so more in detail, and like videos of me printing and making again. And then I've got the prints I just showed you all in my book and here, and I just talk about how here my pointillism flowers printed really well and created a lot of texture, which I really enjoy. And I'm going to stick a video of me doing this, the watercolour here. But yeah, I just thought it's really important to document all the colour, all the prints, and like the frottage prints and the wax resist and all of that.